Hi everyone, welcome back to Thrift Witch. Today I have quite a bit of stuff here from a recent thrift store trip with my sister, who I affectionately refer to as Witch 2. So actually to see everything, I'm going to have to move things off the table as I go. So let's get started. First is this kitschy piece of touristy wear. It's a little alligator with a center advertisement for Florida with a pink flamingo. Kind of hits that brass and kitschy look that is popular, so we picked that up. This is a California USA pottery. You can see the mark here, like chip and dip set or like serving platter set. So these pieces in yellow and beige there are 4 of them, and they go around in a circle around this central dish here. I do believe this had a lid originally, however I still picked it up because I think aesthetically it still looks quite nice, and I really like the look of the pottery pieces for the containers that go around the center. This is a really pretty, it says it's pansy, but honestly I really think that this looks more like an iris. This is Wade Heath, England, and it is a honey pot, and so very crazed, lots of age, but no real damage other than a little bit of missing paint. And I'm not sure that the spoon that's with it is the original, but it came with it, so we'll stick with it. A little kitty that was in a bag, kind of kitschy, not super aged, probably from in the 80s or 90s when this was a thing where we decoupaged everything. This is an Upco Pottery Company planter, Upco USA. I picked it up because it's this yellow spackle color, which is a little bit different. Usually I find Upco in green a lot, but I don't find a lot of other colors. So I picked it up because it does have this kind of yellowy speckle glaze. A Portugal rooster. I've had good luck selling these in the booth, so I picked up this one to sell. Some vintage shot glasses, Florida shot glasses. These are surprisingly collectible and have a bit of value. So I keep an eye out for the older ones that have the touristy looks on them with the flamingos and the pelicans. And some of them have these kind of funny prescriptions from Dr. High. So I picked up 4 of these. Here's another one with the prescription and the classic Florida touristy symbols. And then a couple more here. So I think I got these for $1.50 each, so I'll be able to ask a little bit more for those. Next up I have this really, I would say like 40s. I know it looks newer than that, but I really don't necessarily think it is. Don't really know how to describe this aesthetic for this cream and sugar bowl with this kind of brushwork blue and gold paint and this unusual top. It's sort of moving into like that Art Deco-y period a bit. Unfortunately, I cannot make out if they are marked. My suspicion would be they might be like British, UK. They're in good shape. They were inexpensive, so I picked those up. Just thought they were really neat, and I think someone else will think they're neat too. Little piece of art glass. Nice size snifter. Unfortunately, this little guy with Raggedy Ann and Andy is chipped on the tile or cracked on the tile. I'm not sure if that happened before I picked it up or in the process of getting it home. I still think it's cute, very 70s. Love is contagious. We get it from one another with knockoff Raggedy Ann and Andy. I'm gonna set this next to me. A couple of Bessie piece Pease Gutman prints. I do think these are older prints. There's In Disgrace and The Reward with the little girl and her puppy. They are nicely framed. I don't always pick up these prints or her work because I think they've sort of fallen out of fashion a bit, but I think this set and this size was still worth picking up with the little collie puppies. Next, a piece from 1973. This is a Holly Hobby piece. Still has its original Holly Hobby sticker and date. Love is the little things you do. Ain't that the truth? I like Holly Hobby. I definitely had Holly Hobby stuff when I was a really little girl in the late 70s and in the 80s. I don't feel the same way I feel about Strawberry Shortcake necessarily, but I do still really like Holly Hobby. So when I see nice pieces, I do pick them up. Here's a friend that you want to have around. This is a scissors rack. So it's to hang on your wall in your kitchen. I keep my scissors in this rack. If you use them, please put them back. Because I feel like if you don't put them back, this clown's going to come and stab you with the scissors. Just such an odd aesthetic to have in a kitchen. Like, hey, welcome to my kitchen and my clown memorabilia. But to each their own. Probably a hobbyist piece. And that's probably a sticker, I would imagine. Okay, next, a little vintage mid-century mid-century or earlier planter with a Victorian style boy and girl. Is not marked. I tried to look up who it might have been made by. Wasn't successful in the first 5 minutes. Gave up. Here's another little piece. This is marked Japan. A little leprechaun next to a tree stump. Very sweet, very cute. Maybe for St. Patrick's Day. I just think these little vases with these little leprechauns and pixies are really sweet. Next, a collectible mug. My sister collects these. I think she has this in orange, so this will be going to her. A York peanut butter jar, storage jar. Sell lots of these at the store. People like to pick them up for the colorful lids and then use them for all kinds of different storage ideas. This is Pyrex. I can never remember the name of this. Forest Fancies. Mushrooms. This is the 442 or 440. Let's see if we can get some light. 442 bowl. So these are some of the easiest to find patterns and bowls, but if you find them for the right price and they're in nice condition as this is, definitely still worth picking up. People do look to find the individual bowls to complete their sets. Another little planter. This is a vintage violin, and I think it's marked Lefton, or no, sorry, Shafford. This is a 1983 Avon Mr. and Mrs. Claus Cream and Sugar, marked on the bottom. Not much of Avon is collectible anymore, really, but anything vintagey Christmas is worth looking at, and these were in nice condition, and so I have picked them up for resale. Hello. Next, a vintage Otagiri cat mug. Meow. Marked here on the bottom. Getting good at figuring out when I see mugs from afar which might be Otagiri and which might not be. So 2 kittens on this mug, nice condition. A really sweet little boot and kitty planter. I love the colors on this. Unfortunately, he does have a chip on his ear, but it's quite flat to the ear, and I just think he was too cute to pass up, even though he was chipped. And he is marked ESD Japan, hand painted on the bottom. A fairly large planter, quite common to see, comes in this darker color as well as a lighter color. It's a log with an axe and chains, so like sort of symbolic of the logging industry. It's in nice condition, needs to be cleaned, but it's in good shape, not marked. a pair of Miller Studios 1974 chalkware for the kitchen fruits. So this one has the pear and the cherries. That one has the apple and the cherries, and then the plums at the top. No comment on what else that might look like. And the reason we've been moving things, we're almost there. I picked this up actually at a different store, but this is an original sealed container of Thermos brand cups. And I picked this up for a bit of a song. So I think definitely something that I can resell. 8 little cups. So what we were moving things to get to is this very large platter. This platter is 20.5 by 16 inches. It is marked Johnson Brothers England on the back, and it is called Barnyard King for obvious reasons with this giant turkey. So when I often see platters and serviceware at the thrift store, and I don't often pick it up, even if it's interesting and nice, because frankly, not a lot of people care to collect serviceware. It's bulky, it takes up a lot of room. But this platter is definitely an exception to that. This platter, comparably on eBay right now, sells for, some of the sold comps on eBay, $125 US, $100 US, $99 US. Listing or listed on Etsy for $300 Canadian. Which I think is a little ambitious. I paid $5.50 for this platter, including tax, and it's perfect. The transferware is very bright. There's no scratches. There's no chips. It was quite dirty, so I did give it a good wash. There was quite a bit of crud along the edge here. I'm not going to flip it over to show you the mark because my luck, I'll flip it over and drop it, and then it won't be worth anything. But I really just wanted to show you how lovely the transferware is with the squirrels and the ducks. And yeah, this Barnyard King here, he certainly is king of the barnyard. There's some other chickens. Just a really lovely piece. I picked it up without knowing what it was worth. I picked it up because it looked extraordinary, and it was extraordinary. So that was a very lucky find. Just a couple more things. I literally chased an employee around the store as he was putting things away from a cart to get this globe. This is a Scoposphere 12-inch globe by the George F. Cram Company, or Cram's Scoposphere. I couldn't find a date on it. I did look at, there is a model number lower on it. You know, anybody who knows a little bit about geography knows some of the ways to tell the age of a globe are by what countries are on it. So it's been a long time since I think any of us has seen USSR on a globe. And some of the modern countries in Eastern Europe are missing. So like, you know, I don't see the Czech Republic. I see Czechoslovakia. So this is a really nice globe with the brass. It's metal. What it is actually, it might not be brass, it might be a pop metal, and metal base in lovely condition. No scratches or missing paint or missing paper in this case. So just really lovely. So I chased him around. This was the last thing in the cart he had to put away, and I just said, hey, would you mind if I took that? And he said sure. And so it was $6. So a really great buy for this globe. And then the last item, which I think might actually, they might be sort of my favorites, are this pair of homemade speakers. And I just love the aesthetic. I love the wood, which seems, I think it's probably pine. And I love the fabric that they chose to cover the front of the speakers with. And they even took the trouble, they're juxtaposed here, piled, but the fabric is actually matched perfectly on each speaker, so positioned exactly the same on each speaker. The reason I believe they are homemade is because of the, you know, like the construction, and as well the person has even taken the trouble to write on the back and explain how to hook them up with a single cable. You know, maybe these were a shop project, a high school shop project. When I was young, we still had shop classes, and we did woodworking, and we did metalwork and that sort of thing. So, you know, these could have been a shop class project. They're in lovely shape. I just thought they were super amazing. I don't know if they work. I don't have the ability to test them, but to me, these are really a piece of, you know, a decorative piece at this point in their life. And if they actually worked, that would just be a bonus. So that's everything. Love the platter. Got some really great things. Had a really great day thrifting with Witch too. And so yeah, if there's anything here you're interested in, drop us a comment, let us know. We are beginning sales on Instagram. I do also list things through Facebook Marketplace. If you really want something, I'm sure we can find a way to get it to you. If you know more about something than I do that I commented on here, please do share what you know. We really appreciate your support and watching the videos and our Instagram page. And so I just wanted to say thank you and have a great day.